Let's fact check a little bit, shall we? Because I don't know about you, but I'm getting pretty darn tired of the same old lies and propaganda being brought back up every single time. The liberals and the leftists are panicking because they are failing in their mission. And what's their number one trick to try to sway public opinion again? Well, it's to lie a little bit more and continue to play the victim and oppressor narrative that has become oh so very popular in the last decade or so.
Conservatives trying to make feminism great again, but what they actually do is they don't elect women to their party. The leader actually uses misogynistic hashtags that promote violence against women.
I'm Jasmine Lane. This is Overopinionated. Subscribe to the channel. Also like the video. That helps YouTube show it to more people. And I cannot wait to read your comments down below about all of this nonsense. You know, I think the part that I love the most about every single time that this gets brought into the forefront in terms of debates and trying to slander your opponent is the simple fact that there are so many holes in it. And it's laughable, really. The fact that you have MPs and other politicians who just so proudly say this stuff that is so stupid.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think what we're seeing here today is conservatives trying to make feminism great again, but what they actually do is they don't elect women to their party. The leader actually uses misogynistic hashtags that promote violence against women. Mr. Speaker, they don't support reproductive health care for women. They want to ban abortion health care for women. Mr. Speaker, when it comes to feminism, it's pretty clear conservatives are struggling, and this seems like a fight they don't want to take with us.
She just listed a whole bunch of really scary facts right there that would certainly really divide and put fear into the nation. Because, I mean, obviously she's stating facts, right? It'd be weird for her to go up there and to just actually lie. Let's go through and see what their party represents, because they actually do have documents where they clearly lay out their opinions and stance and what they plan to do on every single issue. So let's just scroll down to Section 86 of the Conservative Party Declaration, abortion legislation. This should definitely show us just how vile and evil the Conservative Party is. Oh, wait, actually, it says that the Conservative government will not support any legislation to regulate abortion. And if you go down to Section 89 on maternal health, it also says that the Conservative Party supports maternal and child health care initiatives designed to improve and protect children and women's health to reduce maternal death during pregnancy and delivery. This focus will be to ensure provision of the necessities of life, clean water, appropriate nutrition, inoculations, basic medical care, and training of healthcare workers to care for women and to deliver babies. Well, that sounds pretty cool, actually. And let's see, she also accused him of being a misogynist. Wow, that's a word I hope to never hear again after they're voted out. Section 102, women, protecting female sports, intimate spaces, and women's rights. Let's see just how misogynistic he is and how much he wants to take away women's rights. It says, for clarity, the term woman used throughout this CPC policy declaration means female person. The Conservative Party supports the full participation of women in the social, economic, and cultural life of Canada. The Conservative Party of Canada believes that women are entitled to the safety, dignity, and privacy of single-sex spaces like prisons, shelters, locker rooms, washrooms, and the benefits of women-only categories in things like sports, awards, grants, and scholarships. Goes on to say, the Canadian workforce has evolved to include more women than ever. We believe all Canadians have the right to freedom from discrimination in the workplace and equality of opportunity. Individuals should be only judged on skills, qualifications, and merits. Women must be entitled to equal pay for equal work. We condemn discrimination against girls through gender selection abortions. I mean, yeah, Jennifer, I think you got to read that because clearly you are misguided. I thought the left hates misinformation. They always say that, misinformation, disinformation. Yet here they are, proudly spouting it off.
Mr. Speaker, feminism will always be great when there's no tokenism. The hypocrisy of this Prime Minister knows no bounds. He lectures everyone else about progress, saying women's rights and women's progress are under attack. My question for this Prime Minister is, will he park his hypocrisy and stop attacking the rights of women in his own caucus? Is this fake feminist Prime Minister going to really bully Canada's first female finance minister and have her read Carbon Tax Carney's update on Monday?
That member is fully endorsed by the anti-abortion organizations that look for candidates, indeed a full 40 of them over there, that bully women when they want to make choices about their own reproductive freedom. Mr. Speaker, it's a little bit rich for members of Parliament from the opposition to get up and stand up, say they stand up for women, when on the backside, they're working as hard as they can to restrict women's freedom in this country.
You know, it's so interesting because they do these things because it's for equality, it's for equality. The one thing that you can do that guaranteed is going to make people feel like they do not have equality is to constantly tell them that they are not good enough because they are of a certain gender or of a certain race. It's why DEI policies statistically actually create more division and skepticism than ever before, because then oh, cool, well, there's somebody representing a certain type of person, whatever, and the only reason why they got that job is actually because of their gender, because of their race, and it creates resentment within the system. And the same thing can be said here. Women are equal. Absolutely. Actually, in Canada, in many cases, women are paid more than men in certain professions. So to continue training the brains of weak-minded people and our youth that there is this really big problem with discrimination and that women actually aren't equal. And if only the United States had voted in a woman as their leader, life wouldn't be so bad. It wasn't supposed to be like this, he said just the other day. That right there is the number one thing that's actually going to make people go from living their lives and feeling A-okay, like they got a shot at anything, to now having this fairy tale of, oh, well, I didn't get that because I'm a woman. I didn't get that because of my skin color, which just breeds more hatred, more racism, and like I said, more resentment than it ever needed to.
What's absolutely disgusting in the discourse we're hearing today, like calling the Prime Minister a fake feminist when he has shown umpteen times that he is a real feminist, while they, on the other side, the Prime Minister has been committed to equality, to women, to the rights of women in many ways. What they are doing across the way, these people that love petty politics by putting hashtag to attract misogynist men, what they are doing is showing full disdain.
There really does seem to be a different caliber of intellect when it comes to people who are conservative and free thinkers and proudly do so versus people who are a part of the woke mind virus cult and the leftist propaganda. And this right here is so crystal clear of how big that difference is and how much the woke mind virus, for lack of better words, has just completely destroyed the brains of its supporters.
This fake feminist Prime Minister is determined to decimate Canadians' lives by destroying the economy, and he will throw anyone under the bus to do it, including his token finance female minister. Canadians know he's weak. They know he's lost control of his cabinet and his spending. The question is, will the first ever female finance minister have the courage to stand up to that fake feminist Prime Minister and stick to her promised $40 billion deficit?
Mr. Speaker, here's something tangible that the Leader of the Opposition could do. In the next election, he could run more women, and he could get more women in those seats. If he really wants to prove his credibility in terms of standing up for women, let me just give you some stats, Mr. Speaker. In this current House of Commons, 16.9% of the women elected sit here in the Liberal benches. How many in the Conservative benches, Mr. Speaker? 6%. That's the kind of numbers that we are talking about.
We should not have a certain percentage of people who must be women. You shouldn't get the job just because you're a woman. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely stupid. You should get a job, you should get an opportunity because you've worked hard and because you're worthy of it and you deserve it.
Mr. Speaker, on the Conservative side of the House, women stand here because we're skilled and we're allowed to use our voice. Mr. Speaker, Jody Wilson-Raybould is testament to this. That is a fake Prime Minister, but that is not the point. We're not here to talk about gender. We're here to talk about the economy, and it is destroyed under that fake feminist Prime Minister. So again, if she is not a token, will she stand up to him and say, no, I will abide by my $40 billion deficit guardrail to help this economy get back on track and save Canadians' lives?
But hey, don't take my word for it. Why don't you take it from this former Liberal MP who showed up at a Poilievre rally?
I was doing my best to support and put my community and work hard, and maybe they didn't want people like me, but it's not a big deal. We have a real leader who can bring common sense to Canada. Happy for you, and good luck, Mr. Poilievre.
Wow, isn't that incredible? I didn't even know she was going to be here. A former Liberal MP, another strong woman who's decided to support the common sense Conservatives and bring home the country we knew and still love.
I'm Jasmine Lane. This is Over Opinionated, and if you are also very tired of the complete waste of time and brain cells when it comes to identity politics, feel free to hit that subscribe button. You can also like the video and comment your thoughts down below, and I will talk to you tomorrow.